Well, my name is Wendy Kenny, and I am here with Buzz TV, and I'm so excited today to introduce my special guest, Silas Yamire, and he is the owner of Sabdamala.com.
Yep.
And he is going to talk to us today about how to set up your own e-commerce site. He's an e-commerce expert.
Yep.
And so, why would somebody want to do that?
Well, a lot of times what happens is people want to convert a hobby or some kind of passion that they have for a product into an e-commerce website, because it's really easy to sell stuff online these days. It doesn't really take a lot of, there's not a lot of overhead, there's not a lot of fixed expenses or upfront cost of setting up a website, e-commerce, and doing some marketing and things like that. So that's really the main reason why you want to do it, you know?
Cool. Well, that's something I want to do. And so tell me, what are 5 things that I can do to get started?
Well, the 5 things that you could do is, first of all, you need to have a passion for what you're doing. Obviously, if it's a hobby or some kind of a collection or something like that, or some kind of product that you're passionate about, then you got to bring that passion to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You don't leave that behind and think of it as a stodgy e-commerce thing that you're going to do.
Okay.
So bring that in, right?
Okay, so I'm passionate about marketing.
Right, you're passionate about marketing. Or let's say you're passionate about quilting, you know, or you're passionate about woodworking, or you're passionate about inline skates, you know, you sell wheels online, you know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're passionate about. Poker chips, I know a friend of mine that I went to school with, she sells poker chips, you know, and she's turned it into an online business and it's working really well for her. So, you know, whatever it is that you're passionate about, you can bring it in. And what you really need is, you need a good website. And it's really not that hard. A lot of people think that building a website, you know, thousands of dollars, lots of people involved and things like that. It's really not. I mean, a basic e-commerce website is going to have maybe 5 or 6 pages in it. You just need to be able to transact online.
Okay,
you know?
So that's step 2, getting a website?
Yeah, step 2 is getting a website. There's free resources out there to, you know, start. For example, Weebly.com. If you go there, you can.
How do you spell that?
It's WEEBLY.com, and you just go on there and you can set up a template. And then you can take that to a web designer and say, this is the site that I want. So it cuts out a lot of production costs, imagination and creativity and things like that. And once you have your website, then you got to make sure that it's e-commerce enabled.
Okay, so this next step, number 3, is e-commerce.
E-commerce, right?
Now that sounds really hard.
It's actually not that hard, because there's a lot of out-of-the-box solutions that you can use. If you're selling a product like poker chips or some kind of stuff that requires inventory, then you're going to need to get a web e-commerce solution like Xcart or some of those other competitors that are relatively easy to install. They'll install it for you. You just give them access to your server, and at the end of the day, they'll show you how to upload your pictures and everything like that and do that.
Okay, so is that expensive?
No, not really. It's a few $100s. It's not
a year?
That one-time cost.
Oh, okay.
And then you can buy some kind of support with them, so that if you run into problems on the line, you can call them out.
Okay. And what's number 4 then?
The number 4 is setting up your payment gateway. So you want to make sure, it sounds complicated.
I know all these.
I know, it's kind of hard, but like a lot of people will default to PayPal, right?
Right.
I mean, but I found problems with PayPal, you know, because I find when you go to another site and you have to finish your transaction there, I find that people abandon the transaction.
Okay, so
what I've done in my websites is I've actually set it up with a certificate, so that there's an e-commerce certificate on the website called an SSL certificate. It's a few $100s to get. Your host can provide it for you. And then you can just install a gateway through Xcart or through A-Member and transact through your local bank like Chase. It's really easy to do. It's not that hard. And the beauty of that is people that are buying your product stay on your website, and they don't have to leave, and you don't lose sales because of it. You know what I mean? So that's what I've done, and it works really well.
And is that expensive?
No, it's not.
Cheap.
I know. I started off my business on my own savings, and I know what it's like to pinch your pennies and make sure you get the most out of what you're trying to do.
Okay,
so it's not that hard. I mean, it's not that expensive. A few $100s, and you're off and running.
Okay, good.
So,
all right. What's the last?
The last one is your expertise, marketing. Right, creating that buzz, you know more about it than I do probably, and just kind of getting people to your website, whatever tools works for you. Social media, obviously, is very, very inexpensive to get in and get all that going. You could also do some banner advertising, whatever it is that you need to do to get your market.
Oh, so I've got to get the word out that I sell poker chips.
Exactly, or your quilts, or your woodworking, whatever it is that you're doing. So you need to get the word out. You might have to do a little bit of offline marketing, calling up people, going to trade shows, just letting people know. But once they start coming, and as long as you have a quality product and you have a passion, they're going to just keep coming.
Wow,
you know, so it's that easy. It really is that easy.
Oh, those are some great tips. And Silas, we're going to have a workshop in the next few weeks if you want to learn more about e-commerce. So just go to my website, 23 Kazoos, and you'll get more information there. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.